Women, Your Honor, members of the jury, it's the Audi and Jeremy weekly show again. And so this week, Audi and I were chatting about the 60s, and I found out he doesn't remember the 60s at all. And I said, I know what that means if you don't remember the 60s. You probably were stoned out the whole time, catnip maybe, but his excuse is that he wasn't born yet. In fact, he wasn't born for another 50 years after that. So then we were talking about the 90s, and, Audi wasn't born in the 90s either, but we did discuss the fashion aspect that tie-dye, I think of tie-dye as the 60s because I'm a child of the 60s. Audie's a child of now, he's about 7. And we think of it, he thinks of it as something retro going back all the way to the 90s. To me, the 90s was like pretty recent. So, but anyway, one way or another, tie-dye is coming back. It's fun. It's being done a little bit differently now. It was in the 60s, tie-dye was something we did individually. It was a crafts project, and you had to be a super hippie to be interested in tie-dye. But now manufacturers, our suppliers, supplies tie-dye shirts. And our store manager, Chris Duacek, has come up with a really cool way to do more variety and less expense to achieve tie-dye effects. So Audie, would you mind if I stand up for a minute? Let me stand up and see if I can show you what we've done here. What we've done is we've created a shirt that we use the ordinary tie-dye, the ordinary direct-to-garment, but we create the effect of a tie-dye or a camel or a plaid. So that way you can get exactly what you want for the same price. We don't charge extra for the same price as a regular printed shirt. So you can be fashionable. You put this on over something else. We can print this on a long sleeve or on a nicer Bella Plus canvas. So there's a lot of options. Now, when we're talking tie-dye, as I mentioned, the manufacturers are making tie-dyes again. So we can buy full-on tie-dye. They're a little more expensive. I think you're looking at about maybe $6 more per shirt. And then you see we printed over it. So we can do pretty good size bulk order. We do anywhere from 1. We have no minimum. So anywhere from 1 to 1,000. Everything's backwards on the screen. I'm not entirely used to getting the orientation right. But there you go. There's a very nice tie-dye shirt. And then here's a more traditional tie-dye. But if you go to alphabroder.com and type in the keyword tie-dye, there are dozens and dozens of different combinations that are available. Some have little common logos already embedded into them, but certainly we can print your school, your team, your sister's name, whatever you like. We can do whatever you like on it, and any quantity. No minimums, no setup fees. We do not stock these, so unless you happen to want this particular shirt, which is going back to the store today, instead of the 24-hour turnaround on in stock, it'd be about a week. So come on down to Big Frog and be ultra fashionable with 2020 style tie-dye. Thanks.